Wakizashi's Tea House. Konnichiwa, minasan. It's Gray from Wakizashi's Tea House over in Japan. How you doing? Are you good? Are you genki? I'm so genki today. We say ma in Japanese because I've been hit by hay fever since yesterday. Hay fever symptoms. It's a bit late to get it, but what can you do? Anyway, today I want to do something positive because you know what I'm like. On my channel, I like to focus on positives, and I want to talk about Stranger Things Season 4 because, oh mate, I've just been blown away. I'm only halfway through. I've just got to the end of episode 4 and I can't get over how good it is. Okay, now I've been accused for being a bit too positive in the past, so today I've got some help. I've got two great guests going to join me and talk about it and let me know what they think about it. Let me know if I'm wrong or maybe I'm right. Could be right. Can you believe it? So first of all, I've got my good friend Salty Texas C, all the way from Salty Texas. How are you doing this morning?
I'm all right. I'm trying to tweet this out on Twitter. I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention to your show.
Don't worry.
No, I got to tell you, when I saw that you were doing this stream, I tried to watch as much as I could today, and I'm only about halfway through episode 4. I couldn't stop, and I actually resented you for having to come on your show because that damn show is amazing. It is amazing, Greg.
Thank goodness it's not just me. I'm really happy to hear that, and I'm sorry to pull you out of the show because I was the same, Salty. I was watching like episode 4. I'm right near the end of episode 4, right until we just started this stream. I was like, oh Jesus, I'm not going to even finish it. I can't finish episode 4. But anyway,
I know.
We have a very special guest. It's the first time on one of my streams, but I've met him before on your stream, Salty. We have the Prophet of the Dragon.
Hey guys.
Steve, what's up?
Hey,
how you doing?
Stranger Things again. I, on the other hand, lost about 9-10 hours of my life because I made it through all 7 episodes.
You invested, dude.
Yeah, I refuse to get off my couch, eat, drink, or anything. I just
keep a bucket by the couch. Yeah, just
loved every minute of it too. So you're not wrong. It's been great. It's been really, really good.
That's good to hear. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad that, as far as I know, Salty's been enjoying it too. We've been like sending each other little texts, you know, like what do you like, teenagers or something? Like, oh, I've just seen this, or have you seen that? Have you seen that? Like, we're freaking out. Like,
Steve started doing that with me early this morning. He's like, he got home and he just never left. He just powered through. And I watched as much as I could, but then I had to do the IRL and work stuff today. But it has been so long since I was genuinely just blown away by any entertainment at all. In this show, it hit everything right for me so far. I think, Gray, you were talking about it. This is potentially better than the first season of Stranger Things, and I think you might be right.
Yeah, I think Prophet was saying that, was it, just before we came on? What do you think? Is it better than season 1? It's certainly better than 2 and 3, in my opinion. Yeah,
I think by far it's better than 2 and 3. I think you get I will zip in. I'm gonna watch my mouth. Try not to say any
spoiler free.
Because I don't want to ruin anything. There's some great stuff coming, but I would definitely say, in my opinion, I mean, one's got the big. One was great, right? I don't think there's anybody that really says otherwise. 2 and 3 were sort of all, a lot of people on the fence about. This one, I think. Not only is it better than 2 and 3, I think it might be better than 1. I don't know. There's a lot of a lot of creative stuff going on there. The creepy
100%.
element is in there. The nostalgia, it's all there. The music, the nostalgia, it's all there. I mean, it's
and it's not. It didn't duplicate season 1. It didn't try and do any. It's doing something completely different, and it has a very different tone. But they are still the same characters. They've grown. They're facing new challenges, relationship issues, school issues, family issues. Like they've moved on, and yet what pulls them together is this craziness. It is crazy. It is dark. Is a horror, not a pay for, but like a horror, a season of horror, and it's really good.
Yeah,
just realized what you said.
It's because I'm on your show, Gray. I gotta be specific here.
Horror. It's like Gary from Nerd Reddit trying to say horror amarada or whatever.
Horror, yeah.
Shout out to Purple Valkyrie, by the way. Good evening, Purple Valkyrie. How are you? Are you good? Have you watched it? Do you want to jump in? You're welcome, by the way. Just let me know in the chat.
She doesn't like smelly boys. She told me. She's like, not you guys. She says if it was cooler people than us, she might go. No, she hasn't seen it yet. So otherwise, but I'm sure when she sees it, she will have opinions. So.
Oh my God, it's Nerdporeal Lifeform in the chat as well. Hail to you, brother. How are you doing? Are you enjoying it as much as we are? I hope so.
I feel like we were just talking to this guy about this exact same topic.
Yeah, well, it's in Nerdporeal. He's so proper. He's going back to rewatch season 2 and 3 before he watches 4. And I'm gonna tell you, Gray, they've got these 10-20 minute encapsulations on YouTube. Get your butt on season 4. It's gonna blow your mind.
It's
gonna blow your mind, Nerdporeal.
It's so good. If I can just say briefly, I'm not going to give any spoilers. We're just going to talk about it, focusing on the positives, what's caught our eye. I wanted to make a few notes before I started. I don't normally do this, and I was like, it's like almost like writing an essay. It's like, no, there's so much good things in it. There are so many good things. As you just touched on, Prophet and Salty. Just like my bullet points say, like characters, well written, well acted. I'm invested already in the story arcs right from the start. Great nods to 1980s horror. I mean, really good horror. I'm getting an Elm Street vibe. Are you guys? And that's not spoilers. I'm getting an Elm Street.
No, and did you notice who the producer was? It was Rand Giger.
No.
Well, he did. He did a bunch of them for. I kept seeing his name pop up for most of it. So
I was really sure this was the same Giger or a family member that did all of the classic '80s, the stuff for like Alien and other shows.
Oh, seriously?
That Giger. I can look it up, but I was like, this has got I'm going to look up Rand Giger, but if it was indeed that same family, it is related to H.R. Giger. I'm going to see.
Okay. Nerdporeal's behind, by the way. He's behind on episodes, and Purple Valkyrie says she's playing catch up as well, but it's good to hear that people are watching it.
Gotta catch up. Gotta get there, man. It's worth it. It really is.
I got the chance to watch Kenobi, by the way, and I was like, no, I'm going to sit down. This is last night, Japanese time, Friday night, sit down and watch Stranger Things. I just watched the first 2 episodes, see what it's like. It was like, it got to midnight, I was like, I'm going to have to go to bed. This is so good. I don't want to turn it off. That's how I felt. So there we go.
Well, I went to go turn it on at midnight, and I realized it was midnight Pacific, so I'm like, I can't stay up till 3 a.m. So
when did it drop in America, guys? When did it drop your time?
Eastern time for me, 3 a.m. it dropped. So I was busy rushing home from work this morning, cursing Salty because he's like, I watched it, and I'm like a half hour. I'm a half hour from home. I'm like, dude, come on, man, you couldn't wait. So I guess I win. I made it through all 7, right?
Salty's pleading innocence, but I don't know why, but people seem to enjoy cursing him and reacting to him for some reason.
Yeah, it's true. So it is actual. So this Rand Giger is in fact related to H.R. Giger, who is of course famous for the classic stylized horror.
Nice pull, mate. Nice get.
And has been responsible for the big bad design on Stranger Things from, I think, season 1 onward. So now we're seeing that person's chop, and God, we can't say a lot. But the big bad in season 4 is not the same thing that you've got in the first 3 seasons. It is truly an homage to classic 80s horror.
Yes.
In every way, every major way. That's all I can say, non-spoiler.
He's got that claw on him too, right?
All of the iconography is there, and Hellraiser and Freddy and it's in the Exorcist. I mean, there's this thing is off the charts. It's way into that dark, weird black magic kind of a thing. They're playing with the D&D associations. You know how they played with the Mind Flayer in the first couple seasons. Now it's almost like you're dealing with a necromancer, and it is trippy.
Yeah, I think the Dark Wizard they call it. They end up calling him eventually. Again, trying not to delve too deep into that. I don't think that's a spoiler, but they refer to him as a Dark Wizard. So
a Dark Wizard. Well, again, it's got the D&D Dungeons and Dragons like references, hasn't it? Allusions. I'm just going to read this comment. What are you laughing at, Salt? You're laughing at Nosferatu's comment.
No, I'm laughing at what Nosferatu said, and I'm laughing at I'm getting shit from the Nerdporeal now. It's like apparently I have saltyisms. Apparently just me saying that this has iconography makes the world a better place.
What have I missed, guys? By the way, was there a live stream last night or something about? It's like I've missed something big. I've been working hard, and then say last night I sat down to watch this.
Steve, you roll with it. You explain it. Yeah,
explain
about Stranger Things. Stranger Things.
Well, oh God! Like, explain how? Like, what do you mean? Like
no, the show we did. The show.
So we sort of recapped, sort of did a overarching of season 1 through 3.
Oh, okay, got it. Was that Nerdporial's channel?
Yeah. Sorry, it takes
really
me
good.
a little bit. I got
Thank you.
I got staring at the TV for 9 hours will do that to your brain. But yeah, so we just had basically another discussion, sort of hopefully like this one, where we're basically gushing over it.
We were right. We were right.
Well, on some of it,
and even more so.
I'm
were
actually,
wrong.
Some of it we were wrong.
I will own it. I thought maybe there was, because originally for season 4 they dropped this 8-minute pre-release sort of teaser of the first 8 minutes of the first episode. And don't worry, there's probably like another hour and a half of that episode. These are long episodes.
Yes, they are. They are long.
Every one is over an hour, yep.
I conjectured that there was a child that appeared to have killed all of the other children. Again, this is not a spoiler. It was released weeks ago. If you didn't watch it, it's out there. But I thought it wasn't a certain character. And it actually was. So that's as far as I'll go.
Yeah, but we don't know for sure yet, do we, Salty? We don't know.
No,
it's looking that way. It's looking that way.
No. I want to play poker with Steve because Steve knows I was
I don't know either, by the way. I don't know.
I don't know. No. So I'm on episode 4, and everything that I'm seeing. Okay, Steve. Okay, so never mind. I was right.
Steve's hiding.
I was right.
Run away! Run away!
This show is that good. This show is that good. Honestly, it is so weird to sit here on YouTube in 2022 and to stumble across something where you cannot say enough good things about it. You guys have watched my channel. You've watched Gray. You've watched Steve, Nerdporial. Everybody, all of us, we really don't like constantly crapping on things. We just don't like what's coming out there. In this case, this is something that I am shocked by how good it is. And to me, I think it is better than the first season of Stranger Things. And because it's not trying to be what it was, it evolved itself. And it's the writing that's making this show.
Salty and Steve, just let me address this comment from Nerdporial. Very interesting. He's saying that's really awesome to hear. People in the Friday Night Tights chat were saying crap about it. Well, there's no surprises there, are there? But
I don't know, man. I guess if you want to find something negative, you'll find something negative.
You'll find it in anything, won't you, mate? Yeah, you're right.
All I know is I sat down and I watched 9 hours of television. I don't do that.
He doesn't.
I don't do that. I mean, Nerdporial and me, Better Call Saul. We've gushed about that show too. But so I feel like I'm getting a little spoiled with some good stuff here. So if you haven't seen Better Call Saul, watch that too. But,
Better Call Saul is a great show, but it's not something that I'd feel like I'd binge like 3 or 4 episodes. Do you know what I mean? But with Stranger Things 4, I'm just like, holy shit, this is just getting better and better as it goes on.
It is, and it's the writing. It's the writing, and that's what, to me, and that's the problem. Not the problem, but that's the challenge. You can give somebody the same book. You can give 20 people the same book. Not all 20 people are going to like the book. Some will, some won't. And I think that's the case with Stranger Things too. And I try to be really aware, am I lowering my standards? Am I allowing mediocrity to infiltrate my perception of what I think good art is? Because we're just drowning in the sewage of this woke content, right? This show is a brilliant show. It is one of the best damn things I have seen since the first season of The Witcher. And I've never said that before. This is a great show.
And look, man, they do a lot, and I hope people aren't calling this woke because that you're just going to water down the term, okay? Because it's not. Like, they got characters doing things that they would do just from what they do from the previous season. So, you got the actress that plays Max, man. She is on it for a few of those first episodes. I don't know. I forget how far you got. I forget which episode was which, obviously. So I don't want to say anything. But man, she sold me on a few things. I was like, wow, she is really, really selling it. And you know, you got the female characters doing exactly what's within their character.
It's who they are. It's who they are. And
yeah.
it's not girl boss. They're not better than the guys. They're just different.
Well,
and
Steve Harrington isn't getting toward, you know, they poke fun at him, but they're not tearing him down. Even the Dungeons and Dragons lead guy, I don't know why I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head. The Hellfire Club leader guy. You know, he's playing his own role. The guys aren't being torn down for the girls. At least I don't feel like they are. So, you know, we don't. The term woke doesn't apply to this, in my opinion, at all.
No, I've just dropped that in the chat as well, Steve. In my opinion, you know, it's not woke, but I'm kind of sick of that word, because if you look for it, you're going to find it in anything, aren't you?
Yeah. I didn't see it, and believe me, I call it out every damn time I see it. I am not shy, you know, at all about calling out bullshit like that. And in this, you know, I didn't. There's no woke tones. And then the character who is played by Maya Hawke, Ethan Hawke, and Uma Thurman's daughter, who was kind of it was like a random insert of, oh, we need a gay character in season 3. In season 4, she just happens to be in high school and in band and kind of autistic. And then down that list, she's also gay.
Yeah, they mention it. It's mentioned.
They mention it, but she's so much more than just being gay, and that's all we want is just well written characters.
Yeah,
you know, well written characters.
I think they're sort of alluding to Will go in that direction, but they don't really overly. You know, it's sort of there's some
something's
awkward
wrong
moments.
with Will. Something's wrong with Will.
There's some
I don't know what it is.
Whether it's puberty or he actually is in love with Mike, but the way he acts towards 11, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's not overt in any way to me that just like, oh, okay, I see. There's not. I didn't feel like there's any of that, and I'm like you. It's one of those. If it's there, I'm just like done. I can't deal with this.
Yeah, I'd walk. That's why I left The Expanse. I'm like, okay, I'm not even 5 minutes in, and I get every box checked, and oh yeah, climate change too. There's none of that in this show. Now, is some of the casting diverse? Yes, but also considering I grew up in the 80s, it was fairly accurate. There's no slammed in representation. There's no
it looks like 80s movies and TV, doesn't it? It looks like it's got that whole feel as well, which I know is part of the thing about it, the nostalgia thing, but... Yeah, well, I totally agree, mate. I agree, Salty. Just asking here, Nerporial, does Max grow quite a bit in the series? Well, let's say I'm only up to episode 4 at the end of there, and she's just had a great scene in there. Her acting is really good.
She's amazing.
Is that Dear Billy, the one you're talking about?
Yeah, Dear Billy, that's right.
Yeah.
The episode.
That's her episode. Yeah. She knocks it out of the park in that episode.
I'm not even halfway through, so don't tell me anymore.
I just said she knocked it out of the park. I didn't say anything. In Nerporial, I saw your question. I don't think I should answer that because that's sort of a big deal.
I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
I think you're better off going in knowing if what was it, Mind Flayer? Is it Vecna? I think you're better off going in not knowing anything about them at all.
We're not gonna talk about the big bad, about what they do, about
other than he's very freaking cool.
It's very different. It's not the Flayer. It's not the whatever the Damo droid or whatever the hell that thing was called. It's an entirely new big bad in Hawkins, and it is even more terrifying than what we saw before.
It's great. It does feel scary again. The series feels scary, as you say. The horror scenes, they're not overdone, are they? But when they come, they're really well done.
Oh, I don't know. Some of the ways that the big bad takes care of people are horrifying.
Dude, they say that. Oh, the deaths are bad, and it ramps.
Oh God, yeah, no, it's gruesome at times, but I mean, they're not doing too much horror, they're not throwing too much in. There's not too much CGI as far as I can see.
It looks practical. Somehow it looks like practical effects from the '80s, guys, and that's what makes this damn show so good.
Yeah, it's one of those. The horror stuff. They keep ramping it up, man. The whole time, it's like not overly like there's. I don't really say there's any real jump scare moments, but you feel a certain sort of way. You're creeped out in many parts, and you're like, oh my God.
You get a lot of that 80s horror movie. Don't go in that room. Don't be alone. Don't worry about what's over there. You get a lot of that.
Yeah. Really it's funny you say that because it's like, no. What are you doing? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's like several of those. Like, Steve, put your hand back. It's like, what are you doing? Sorry.
Yeah. No, and there's
Harrington, what are you doing?
And again, for the new people who've joined, there's just so many wonderful homages to classic 80s horror movies.
Exactly, mate.
And it's not ham-fisted. It's just integrated into this story and these characters that we know how to beat the big bad, they know, but what they're facing now, they quite literally have no idea what the hell to do here. It is a very different situation, especially with 11 not being a superhero, not having these superpowers.
We saw that, didn't we, with that season 3 where she lost her powers. I can't remember if that was the end of season 2 or during season 3. So they're continuing that theme as far as I've seen. So again, no spoilers, guys, no spoilers. Just want to shout out some people in the chat. Hello to the lovely Sherry. Nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Nosferatu, of course, he's always here. He's giving those comments. He's killing it in the comments as usual. Sometimes his comments are more scary than Stranger Things, just saying. Punk Waddle, nice to see you there. Zax, no way, Zax is there. How are you?
There he is.
Are you good? Are you Genki?
I tried to talk him to come onto the show, but I don't think he's seen it yet. And Zax, dude, you're going to love this. We're going to have to talk about this on Tuesday. This is a great freaking show.
It's great. And I know Steve has gone through it. He's not binged it. Well, kind of binged it. I'm trying my best not to. It's that good. I don't want to rush through it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's so good. I want to watch it, but it's like I don't want to go through too fast.
I may watch it again because I'm sad it's over.
That's why I only watched 2 episodes. And again, these are not half-hour episodes. These are long-ass episodes, but they don't feel long.
They don't feel long.
What it is you have this sense of, oh, this isn't generic crap like you would see on Disney, or this isn't some 30-minute empty thing. You have to pay attention. You feel the tension. You remember why you loved these characters. These characters, none of them are Mary Sue's. And not only that, this show does a really fantastic job of showing some of the downsides of being a teenager in the 80s, especially with the relationships among girls in high school. One of the most terrifying things of being a kid, and a boy in the 80s, and of course I like girls, that everybody knows that, but back in the day, boy, those girls in high school were vicious. They were vicious to each other, and this damn show does not pull any punches. Just how the popular girl or the hot girl and how sadistic girls could be to each other. It's actually horrifying.
Yeah. Zax, don't go, man. He's saying, I can't watch this because I haven't seen the show. We're not spoiling anything, Zax. Don't worry, don't go. Don't run away yet. Maybe he's joking.
Careful. Very careful.
Maybe he just wanted me to say that, Salty. It's like, oh, please don't go. Please don't go.
He's playing hard to get. He's just try flowers. That's what works for me. I just give Zax flowers.
Some of the girl-on-girl horrid stuff is pretty. It's like very Mean Girls vibe. It was just like, oof. Yeah, and it's just like, once again, the costume design is right. They've taken the evolution to the next stage of the 80s. It's always fun to see oh my God, Mike's mom. What she's going to be wearing? What different style?
She's going to be spot on though. She was the ultimate MILF with those frosted. She had the frosted curls with the Jane Fonda small sweatband and the pink.
She's not been in it enough, has she? She only had a little brief appearance so far. I was like, come on.
Carla Bono is easy on the eye. She's definitely the proto MILF of the 80s.
There's some more added in there. So. You'll see her a little bit more towards the end.
We've got the Untamable Life in the chat as well, Salty.
Yeah, hail to everybody. The other thing was, just from a character standpoint, who doesn't love Dustin? Who doesn't love Dustin through all of the seasons of television? He is fantastic in this show, but it's kind of cool because this show does show the complexity. Yeah, that's Zax.
Zax.
Yeah.
Zax.
Sorry to interrupt. I almost did the same thing. I said, I'm going to watch something I think I'm going to like. But sorry. Go ahead.
No. But I mean, like, all the characters, again, they're showing the awkwardness and the weirdness of growing up. And, why can't things stay the way that they've always been? And, you have 11. And 11 is, talk about she has a rough road. Let's just say that 11, life has not been kind to 11, and none of them. And there are relationships issues with people, and there are people that were nerds that are now jocks, and it's like, It is really well done. It is a really well done show.
As Tehillim says in the chat, he likes the actor choices for the series, and who knew that these kids, who, well, they started out as kids, didn't they, could act and would become good actors. As you said, Dustin has been great. Dustin's really good. Steve, I'm enjoying Steve. I didn't like him to start with. Now I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
Harrington.
Can't you tell how excited we are, guys, in the chat and watching? Can you tell we'll just keep talking over each other because it is that good?
I'm sorry, Steve Harrington scares me a few times in this. It's like...
I like him. I party with Steve Harrington, dude. I party with him.
I love him. It's like, don't do that, Steve.
Don't do that, Steve. Don't spoil it, Prophet. No, I'm joking.
I'm not.
Nerporeal says Dustin is my favourite of the kids.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, is it? Oh Jesus, I found his name. Oh no, I can't remember his name. Lucas. Lucas. Is it the same actor or is it somebody else?
He just grew up, dude.
Wow, he grew up. He looks cool. I mean, he's all looked good. He always looked good, but he looks cool. I love his hairstyle in this.
He's got that DJ Jazzy Jeff cut.
Jazzy Jeff. It's fucking awesome.
Exactly what's going on.
As soon as he starts talking, you know it's him, though.
I wasn't sure at first. I was like, wow, is it him? I think it is. But...
I think he's probably changed the most out of the whole cast, I think, probably.
Yeah,
I mean, Max and 11 look pretty similar, and then the other
Mike has changed a bit.
Mike we've seen more, so it's not as much of a change. You know what I mean? He was in Ghostbusters and all that, so he's been Wolfhard's been acting, doing a lot of stuff. So
I want to call out. We've got somebody else in the chat. We've got the Untamed Life, otherwise known as the Untamed Mando, who likes to hang out with a troubled green. So hail to you. Thanks for joining.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Yeah. And Nosferatu saying the Brady Bunch was the original Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Any comments on that, Salty?
There's a lot I want to make, but I'm not going to.
Is this going to be a clean stream? Oh, don't worry, it's late where you are. It's morning in Japan, but don't worry.
I mean, this show, I keep saying it, it's the writing, stupid. It's the writing. The show is made by the writing, but also the pacing. The Duffer Brothers were responsible for, I believe, the first 3 episodes, and you can tell. They're also responsible for out of all of, I think there's 9 episodes total. 7 were released now. Is that right, Steve?
That's correct.
So you've got 4 episodes in the middle that are directed by 2 other directors, but this season has a cliffhanger where we only get the first 7 episodes, and then there's like a 2-month gap or something like that.
July 1st.
So we don't get the second drop of the 2 penultimate episodes.
There are only 2 more. Oh no! Oh my
both
God!
2 hours.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're both 2 hours.
Okay.
Actually, I'm sorry. Episode 8 is 2 hours. Episode 9 is 2.5 hours. I looked it up.
You're getting more entertainment value out of 9 episodes of Stranger Things than you did the entirety of cinematic and Disney TV show based Marvel. I am not engaging in hyperbole. There was more character development, soul, heart, scares, and good story writing than in all the crap Disney has put out. And that's part of the reason I cannot recommend this show enough.
I think that's why it's blown my mind so much, because I've come to this after watching, things like Moon Knight or a little bit of WandaVision, what they've been putting out. Doctor Strange, I mean, that I said that I enjoyed the Sam Raimi-ness of it, but I know it's a crap movie. I'm not going to argue against that. And then 1 episode of Stranger Things season 4, and I'm like, I've had more fun in this than what you just said, Salty. All those things I just listed.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear what some of. I mean, I guess maybe not too interested because I have, of course, my own opinion. But what some of the negative things that have been said about it, because I don't get it, because there's a lot of creativity going on. There's a lot of good writing, great dialogue. The kids all work off each other great. The adults all work off each other great.
There's no message. There's no agenda.
They're not pushing any message. They're not forcing it down your throat.
The Russia stuff is a little weird, but it's okay. Like they don't just resolve.
It's the weakest part. Quick. It is the weakest part of the story. Yeah, but it is Kamchatka, which is essentially Siberia. It's the peninsula that's closest to Alaska.
Well,
it's
just some
the middle
of the things,
of ass and nowhere. But
but some of the things that happen. I'm not even talking about him being there, and I'm not going to go into it. Just some of the things that happen with that storyline are a little bit like. But the other part is so good. It's like, fine, don't care. I just want. Can we get them? Can we get that wrapped up so they're back with
Salty?
The main guys?
Salty. I know. Nosferatu
oh no, it's not just Nosferatu. It's just
Peter Brady stunt double.
Yeah, and Nerdporial, I'm never working with you again. I subscribe to the Nerdporial life form as well as Flaccid Phoenix. And yes, Nerdporial, I actually was alive when the Brady Bunch was airing. It was in syndication. And yes, Nosferatu, I was Peter Brady's stunt double. But not only that, I was Alice, the maids, and Sam the Butcher's stunt doubles.
Talented man. Look at that. He's a triple threat.
You want to step? I can do this all day, guys. Keep bringing it.
Okay, guys, just to bring it back to a little bit of seriousness, talking about triple threat or triple threat, how good are they, or how well I should say, are they handling when they split the characters and they're doing there's 4 or 5 kind of different plot lines, it could be more, and the way they're moving from each one, they give you just enough and then they move on to the next one, you're like, another thing I've got to say, the jump cuts in this, I'm talking about, you go from one scene to another and they're doing these fantastic jump cuts. It's so well done, especially in the first 3 episodes. So, like you were saying, which the Duffer Brothers did, yeah.
You can tell these guys love what they're doing, and they love their characters, and they love this show. And it's what's weird is I'm watching a television show waiting for the inevitable CW level garbage crap or random insert of representation, whether it be sexuality or ideology. There is nothing. It is just good story.
4 episodes in. We got a comment here I want to address to both of you, please. Maybe I should give it a chance. You are the only people I know who is saying good things about it.
That's funny, though. You are also talking to some of the only people in the beginning who said Wheel of Time wasn't any good. So take that for what it's worth.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's like, if this isn't, I don't know. I can't. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I guess.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's great.
If loving Stranger Things is wrong,
I don't want to be right.
I don't want to be right.
And this is not at you, Untamable Life. It's not directed at you. This is you've heard from other people. And Nerdporial was talking about that, saying in the chat, Friday Night Tights, people were moaning about it. People are going to moan. Haters going to hate. I think it's great. Fight me. Come on.
I would love to hear like. Why? What? I'm not gonna go searching it out, but I don't know. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I was there for it, and I don't think it's because TV's watered down, because it is. But
well, Steve, you've seen it all, and without spoilers, there's no sudden injection of the message, is there?
Not that I could see. I mean, good. It ends on a cliffhanger, just like we all knew it would.
Exciting.
Several cliffhangers. I don't want to go into it too much, but you're right. I mean, several times it's one of those that breaks into 3 storylines, and you're into 4 storylines, and maybe you're in 5 or 6. I mean, they do a lot of they do a lot of separate, come back together, separate, come back together, and then they do a great job at the end. They're gonna, they're all gonna end up back in Hawkins doing what they got to do to save the day, right? So
it's a nice comment here from Jose Guerrero. I can't pronounce it well, I'm sorry. Stranger Things is, I think, the best series I've ever watched.
It is. So, it is for me.
Nice to see you, mate. Thanks for dropping in.
It's a top 10 show. I think the top, number 1 for me will always be Ronald D. Moore's Battlestar Galactica reimagined. Then you can start moving some things around. I think The Witcher season 1 was probably some of the finest TV out there for me.
You really enjoyed that, didn't you? So I didn't know you held that in such high regard.
I did. What it did is it sent me to read the source material. And once I read all the source material,
me too.
And then season 2, it is what it is. And it's subjective. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's why when you go to a furniture store, somebody buys the most ugly ass sofa in the world, and you wonder, how the hell can somebody like that?
Yeah, half of them were Stranger Things.
But this honestly, Stranger Things to me, this is the show we've been asking for. This is what we say we want. Now we've got it. Now, I don't say that very lightly. If you guys watch my channel, you know I am unforgiving, not rage farming, but I am tired of the woke bullshit. This is not woke bullshit. This has really good writing. It has great characters, and it has a very faithful, rendering of what it was like to be a teenager in the 80s. So,
Great points. Great summation there, Salty. We've got a little bit of an angry Nerdporial in the chat. He's asked a few times. Come on, guys, answer the question. What movies does season 4 draw from? Well, I already mentioned Nightmare on Elm Street. That was my
Elm Street.
from the beginning.
I would say Hellraiser. I would say
that's a great one. Yeah.
Poltergeist. I also believe Silence of the Lambs, if we're honest.
Yeah,
about
I forgot.
it.
Jesus, yeah.
Definitely Silence of the Lambs. You could definitely take. There is also at one point, if you catch it, you'll have to let me know. There is a Return of the King line in there from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Silence of the Lambs. Here we go.
It doesn't model after that, of course, but and that was what I was gonna say, because we were talking about just some of the woke stuff. The girls are doing girl things that girls are superior at, like, conning guys into, getting them to see a certain prisoner, right? And the guys are doing some of the guy roles, right? It's one of those, they're sort of in their lanes, like they're not doing, there's some fight scenes where, of course, if you're gonna die, you're gonna throw down, right? But I think that's natural.
Yeah.
Yes, it is Nancy Nerdporial. Nancy, and I forget the name of the.
That's Robin.
Robin, thank you.
Yeah.
She's been much better in this than she was in the last season.
She's very human. She's deeply
she's
flawed.
human now. She's not just like saying lines of dialogue. She sounds like she means it.
She's very human and awkward. And Nancy is just all of these characters. Again, there's none of the woke bullshit. There's no Mary Sue's. And not only that, but these kids are not victims. They're resourceful, they're resilient, but they don't always make the right choices. And it's a great story. It's great storytelling.
That's a great point.
Yeah, Nancy's the closest thing you're going to get to it, I guess, calling somebody Mary Sue, but she's not. I mean, I could see people trying to make that association, but I don't think so. She makes a ton of mistakes, and
that's it, Steve. Exactly. They're making mistakes, aren't they? They make mistakes, and you don't see that a lot, especially with the female characters in so many things these days.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, mate, go for it.
I'm sorry. I was rambling a little bit, but I'm curious to see where episode 8 and 9 are, just because of. I'm gonna shut up. I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want you to tell me anymore by accident.
Have I told you something by accident? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did. No, it's okay. It was right when we went live, and I'm going to stab you later. But don't worry.
I'm sorry. Wait, what did I do? I thought.
No, all's good, Steve. Sorry, you got to forgive Steve. He's been up for 24 hours watching.
Oh, I know. I think your son ran away too. Check your driveway. He probably took off in your car when you were walking.
Yeah, I don't know.
All he did was watch Stranger Things for
they all
9
went
hours
together.
straight.
They're like, Dad, we gotta eat. We're going to get McDonald's or something. And I'm like, oh,
Dad, you're neglecting us. Dad, what are you doing? Stop watching the TV.
Throw the can. Get out of the room.
Yeah.
Salty and Steve, I'm jealous because I would have loved to have had a full day to watch it. In Japan, it dropped about 7 p.m., 8 p.m. at night. Last night, Friday night, my time. It's Saturday morning now, and I had to sleep, had to go to bed. But I was so excited. I wanted to talk about this. I woke up at 5:30 this morning, watched 2 more episodes. Just like Jesus, it's so good.
Yeah,
well, I watched 2 this morning. Yeah, I watched 2 this morning. When I found out you wanted me to come on the show, I immediately sat down and watched the 3rd episode while trying to cook dinner. And then I was watching the 4th episode and almost missed the stream because I would have rather been watching Stranger Things. No offense to anybody, but it's that good.
Right, let's finish the stream now and go back and start watching. Can I share a photo, Steve and Salty? This is not a spoiler. I want to show a little bit of the big bad. This is one, I think, for episode 1 or episode 2. Can I show a quick photo? It's been like 40 minutes now.
Dude,
go on, do it.
Do it.
It's not a spoiler part. It's just show you a little bit of the effects, and I think this is practical. It's the hand, the hand.
The only time I've seen anything probably that I would call janky special effects is maybe in episode 7. Well, not maybe. Episode 7, there's something that's a little janky, but other than that, it's been really good.
There it is.
It's very dark, so you can't see that well, but
this poor kid.
Bad is awesome.
Yeah,
so good.
That kid was born to lose. Let's just say that. And when you see him in the show, you're going to be like, oh, that kid would have never gotten
He was like a character from Cobra Kai that Johnny's picking on, and he was one of those characters, but he played it really well. He was good, and I was invested in his story until what happened to him happened.
I knew kids like that in the 80s. I knew kids.
Me too. I was a kid like that in the 80s. Sorry.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what's so crazy, are seeing all these characters and the way they're acting and the archetypes, and like man, it was like that. It really was.
So I have to just say it's very this is a, and I hope you don't consider this a spoil. This character isn't a main character by any means, right?
No.
And in the little time that we get to know this kid, you end up feeling for him, and then the actor does a great job of you're feeling everything he's feeling. At least I was. I bought into it completely, and it's just like this whoever this kid is did great, man. I was right there. And this is a big character. This is nothing.
Great point, Steve. Great point.
The thing that this season does well is it shows us. It doesn't tell us anything. It just shows us the story. There's no big ramp up of exposition. There's no bullshit setting things up. You're dropped in the middle of action and you really need to pay attention to what the hell's going on. And that character in particular, who is this side character, you do, like Steve says, this kid has had a tragedy. He's got all this guilt. I don't want to ruin it, but it's like, it's just crazy. It's just a crazy good show.
They took the time to build a backstory for a character, just a minor character. And you just like, man, you just feel it when things go down for him. So it's just,
Exactly. It goes back to the really good writing. As Salty was saying, the writing's good. Not only is the writing good, but the dialogue. The dialogue is really good, and it's well played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nosferatu the vampire says he wants a salty and gray, wise open shut watch party. Well, there's probably only I'm going to be honest with you. There's 18 seconds of that movie I'd like to see, and it involves Nicole Kidman, and that is about all I need to ever see of
Nicole
that movie.
Kidman's ass, by any chance?
It's Nicole Kidman. Let's just say that. It's all of Nicole Kidman.
Oh. I think it was cut out of the Japanese version, or maybe annoyingly censored. That weird kind of wavy, what do you call it? Blur thing. They do that in Japan. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
You can show the tops, but you can't show the bottoms. Just saying. Anyway. Sorry, guys, to derail the stream. One point I want to talk about, we've briefly mentioned it, but the music, not only the selection of songs, but the soundtrack, the synth wave soundtrack in the background at times, it's so bloody good.
And the songs they picked, they weren't just the top 10. They were like it was top 40, but some of the deeper synth cuts they went with were fantastic. Truly.
Well, and I feel I'm not going to go too much, but some of the things they do with music, very cool and very interesting. You're getting close to I think you'll get what you'll catch what I'm pitching here in a minute, or when you get finished with episode 4. But the importance of music is very interesting.
Well, and there's a scene in a roller rink which is it breaks your heart in a lot of ways, and the music that they pick for it it's perfect. We'll just say that it is absolutely perfect. And no, Nosferatu, I knew what you meant about Eyes Wide Shut in the Moloch Bohemian Grove vibe.
Oh god, there's all sorts of stuff in that. I don't want to go down that dark rabbit hole.
Yeah, we'll do that on a woo-woo show, on a phenomenal show, or one of Purple Valkyrie's woo-woo
That's a good
shows.
idea, Salty. That's a good idea. You heard it here first. You heard it. I can't even say it. Jesus, I'm wired up on coffee, little sleep, and green tea, and excited about Stranger Things 4. Look at me. Like a complete spasmo. Sorry.
But isn't it nice? Isn't it nice to have nerdgasms again? Isn't it nice to just lose your mind going, look at how smart those writers were. And those writers honored the audience by not talking down to us, but actually challenging us to follow along with their damn good story. That is when you win me as an audience member, when you make me go, oh, that's what that is, because I was paying attention. It has been so long since you have to pay attention, and you are on the edge of your seat wondering what the hell is going to happen next.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Nerdporeal, too many to name. Sorry, Steve. Too many songs to name, but they have been great selections, and not just like Salty said, the top 10 hits. There were some really like, oh no way, they're playing that one. Like, really surprised me. Go for it.
I'm tired. I can't. Well, no, I can't pick out song names, but I recognize everything. It's like I'm not good at correlating, music with the actual title and stuff. That I just can't put it together. But the soundtrack's awesome as always. So it's one of those. Yeah, too
Yeah.
many good songs to
Too
really
many.
list them all, right? I mean, and the original soundtrack is also
Yeah,
just
What
like you said.
exactly.
what
Salty,
I
did you make a
lost
list? Did you list the
Yeah,
songs?
actually, there's one that got to me. Now, I've said this many, many times before. I was a skater kid. I was an alternative kid. Listen to the Cult, the Clash, the Cure.
Oh,
the big Triple
nice.
C. Into all that stuff. And the alt rock, Husker Du. They played probably the best Kate Bush song ever written.
Oh my God, yeah, that's totally
played.
surprised me. Yeah.
And they played it for Max, and I literally got chills. And I was like, "Oh,
Oh, you're at the end of that episode.
God.
Then you're at the end of that episode, then, aren't you?
Oh no, that was in episode 2 when she's.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
we're okay.
Yeah,
So
so Kate Bush running
that
up that hill was in there. You had "Object of My Desire" by Starpoint. They have the Cramps are in this one as well. They have Kiss, of course, playing.
yeah.
Rock City. A lot of Cramps in this one. They had Dead or Alive, of course. Falco,
yeah.
Rock Me
Yeah.
Amadeus. They had Tarzan Boy. Oh, that
I
one.
knew it could rely
they
on
had
you,
it all,
Salty.
dude. They had the Talking Heads were in this. They had at least a bunch of good deep alt synth rock stuff. It's really a goddamn good soundtrack, really.
Salty, guess what's coming up in the one you're watching? You're gonna love it, mate. And it's a reference to a new character. I want to ask you guys' opinion on this new character. There's a new stoner, long hair character who works in a pizza delivery store, and he's awesome. But guess what they played, Salty? Pass the Ducci on the left hand side.
Of course they did, dude.
Of course he did. Steve, I loved it when I heard that. I was like, yes, come on.
I
know it's obvious. It's obvious.
I love that song, dude.
Dude,
Yeah,
that guy's so
anything
cool.
roots.
Like, that guy's so fun. Like, it's just, and of course he gets, comedy ensues. He is some of the comic relief later, but they work him. They do a great job of introducing some of these new characters and then sort of molding them into the existing group, right? I mean, I think it took an extra season to get Robin sort of there, but
Yeah, you're right there. You're right.
But I like Robin, and Robin is a spaz, and Robin doesn't know what she's doing, and she's not the perfect lesbian, she just happens to be a girl who's in band, who's awkward, whose best friend is Steve Harrington, and she also likes girls. Like it's down the list of who she is.
It is. They're not focusing on it now, and the relationship between her and Steve, like, it's really nice in this season, isn't it? They start off like they're best buddies. They're just good friends.
It used to be like that, dude. I mean, could be friends with somebody. I mean, they want to make Sam and Frodo gay in Lord of the Rings. We can't have characters just be friends anymore.
Well, and she knows she knows everything you list her as. She knows that's how she is. She knows she's a spaz. She knows she's got issues. She knows that she's not perfect, and she's not put on this pedestal like she's the greatest. It's just she knows she's got issues, and there's a scene where she's like, I got lots of problems. I know it, but what's your deal, right? So so I don't know. I like the new characters. I forget his name. The pizza delivery.
He's fantastic.
Friend.
He's kind of like Spicoli. He's kind of like a Spicoli meets the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And then the Hellfire Club guy is quite good. I like him too.
God, yeah. Eddie, the leader of the D&D games, Hellfire Club's like leader. He's a great. What an entrance he makes in the cafeteria, the school cafeteria. I couldn't take my eyes off his performance. I was like, who's this guy? He's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, and the other part is they make jokes of the fact the guy has been stuck as a senior in high school for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And he's like, I really feel it. This year I'm going to graduate. And he's like,
did you know people like that at school?
I did. I knew 2 people like that, and they might even still be stuck in high school. They might,
Man,
There's
so
always
good.
a few in every high school, right?
Kids used to have to repeat grades.
Yeah, right.
I knew some kids that had to repeat grades.
Oh yeah,
and that was that of course caused shame. But shame is a hell of a good motivator to get your ass in gear and not make the same mistake again. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Do you know, we didn't have that in the UK. That didn't happen in schools, as far as I knew. You weren't held back a year, a grade kind of thing. So
that
it's very
explains your
interesting for me.
politicians. That explains your politicians.
Oh, don't Jesus! Sorry, don't start. He's changing the bloody rules so that it sounds like they're never going to be able to get rid of him. But anyway, no politics here. No politics here. Can I bring up one of the points I wrote about, guys? I've got a note here saying, of course, we know it's a horror series, but it's also very funny at times, and it's got good writing and dialogue, of course, well played by the actors. The delivery is good, and the way they use the humour to kind of offset the chilling, grotesque scenes is very well done.
Yeah,
yes,
I agree. Yeah, it's not forced or over the top comedy. It's just sort of like
it's not Marvel humor. It's not Marvel humor either. It's not
Marvel
that
don't have
stupid.
anymore.
It's not the stupid obligatory joke insert. I mean, Dustin just says something stupid because he's losing his mind, or something like that.
It's just funny. They're not holding up boards like Marvel movies say, like, okay, you have to laugh now. Now, come on. It's a joke.
Yeah, but I mean, the Steve and Dustin dynamic is still my favorite. Those two, when they're together doing their thing, it's just like,
it is great. It is
great dynamic, Steve. Great dynamic.
I love it.
Nerdporial,
because we were on his stream last night, he asked the question, any time travel like we talked about yesterday? How do we answer that question? Yeah, we can't answer that question, Nerdporial. And that doesn't mean yes, it doesn't mean no. It just means we can't answer that question.
Me and Salty don't know yet. Steve, I think, knows, but we don't know yet. But
that's what I meant.
We do see something in the past of one of these new characters, and it's very important. It's not exactly time travel yet that I've seen, but we see past scenes.
There's a lot of flashbacks. There are, but
that's it. Yeah,
there are quite a few flashbacks, but good flashbacks that are
the other thing they explain is Hopper and how Hopper ended up where he did, and it wasn't my theory that he went through the portal. That's all I'm going to say.
No, that was surprising, wasn't it? That was surprising.
I thought it was going to be a portal thing. So, but I could answer the time travel thing, but I'm not going to. It's just it's not a flat answer to be quite honest.
Nerdporial, you are such a dork. Talk about the nerd over here.
Laughing at the comment. Sorry, go for it. Address this comment.
No, so I'm going to do my best Spicoli. Hold on. You dick! There we go. That was, of course, Sean Penn to Boothby, or actually, it was Mr. Hand in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And then, of course, Nerdporial gets to drop some of that deep lore by talking about Boothby, that Ray Walston was the teacher in Fast Times High who also played a groundskeeper Boothby at Starfleet Academy. This is why I want him on my pub trivia team.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a reference to that movie. It's small, but they reference it. I don't know.
There is, Steve. It's a nice reference. It's a very clever reference, and it's one that a lot of guys will get, I think.
Oh,
and maybe some ladies too.
Yeah, and it's funny because they talk about going to see a movie, and it's 1986, and I think it was like some movie number 3, and they're like, "Nah, I heard that movie sucks." And,
Police Academy 3.
Police Academy 3. Police Academy 3. Nice.
They harsh on some bad 80s movies in this show, which is hysterical.
Yeah.
Nerdporial was asking, do they mention Top Gun because it was 86 apparently the first one, but I haven't seen any mention yet.
Nope. Tom Cruise is mentioned at some point, but not Top Gun.
Nancy has a Tom Cruise poster in her room.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes, I don't think
it's played for a laugh as well.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Top Gun. I think it might be Risky Business. I don't.
I think so.
But I know they reference Tom Cruise, but.
Do we hear the final countdown? Diddle-da, diddle-da-da.
I haven't yet.
I don't think
I haven't.
Maybe it'll be in the last 2 episodes.
No, I don't think so. I'm racking my brain here. No, I don't think the final count. At least not yet. There's 2 to go.
The other cool thing is they do take from other 80s movies soundtracks. They actually take from damn it. I got hold on. It's from crap. I just had it. I wrote it down. I had the page open from War Games. There are two significant pieces of movies that were cinematically in the film with Matthew Broderick. War Games that they actually use in the series too. So they're grabbing from all of these great 80s iconic movies. Yeah.
I love that movie. Yeah, that it's funny because I recognized exactly what they were doing with that before they even mentioned it because they mentioned it and it's like yes, because I heard it and like that's War Games, right? I picked it up right there. I was like, that's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah. There's also another movie that came out, and I think it was in '82, and it was called I can never say it, Kawanzakatsi, and it's a, I believe, a
Wakizashi?
no. It was a movie that came
I'm
out in
joking.
1982 that
I think I
actually
know what you
was
mean,
about,
Salty. I
yeah,
can't say it.
Kwainakatsi, but it was one of these movies talking about the dangers of technology taking over our humanity, and they were making movies like this in '82. But
Was it an
that's from the
environmental message
soundtrack.
one? An
It was.
environmentally-
It wasn't, and it was by Philip Glass. So it was this really incredible
Ooh.
experimental piece of music. So they've got some really deep '80s, deep music stuff going on.
I'm glad to hear Nerdporial's excited now. We've made him excited. Our excitement has been contagious by the sound of it. It proves that we're not only haters. You know, we get a lot of criticism on our channels, don't we, Salty? That we just go around shouting and screaming at things and, you know, picking out flaws and focusing on negatives, but we don't.
Yeah. That's not what I do. That's not what I do at all. And
Not
when
always.
when something, well, no, I don't rage farm. Believe me, if I wanted to rage farm, I would be doing Amber Tur videos nonstop. But I haven't done one. And no disrespect to anybody. I'm just saying I just don't care. In this case, I actually do love this show this much, and it has been a long time since I felt this. Really.
Not much else to say. You said it perfectly. The show is just it's good. I mean, it's like I said. Just I would like to really. I'm gonna have to go looking around, seeing what some of these negative comments are, because I don't get it 100% what they're looking for.
Nerdporial, if you can drop a couple in the chat, I'd love to hear from you, because I think he mentioned he heard it or he saw it in, not from Friday Night Tights, he saw it in the chat, but the chat's always going to have people, you know, moaning about whatever. One man's something is another man's poison. I can't even remember it. Jesus. I'm addled, Salty. Can I make Nerdporial even more excited by a little, it's not really a spoiler, but I'll just give a little bit of a thing about episode 4. Don't worry, Salty, no spoilers, but horror film legend makes an appearance in episode 4. There we go. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, and you can tell by the credits.
You know who it is.
Yeah, we talked about it last night, and it'll make those people who we stream with, and I won't name names, who are big appreciators of the horror genre, quite happy. It's amazing. It is the show is just, it's understated, but when it hits you in the mouth, it really hits you in the mouth. It's
Okay, that's great, guys. We've been going for just under an hour. I know you're itching to get back to watch Stranger Things, so you're welcome to drop out. I'm just going to keep talking for a bit if it's okay, but as I say, you're welcome to go.
Yeah, I just wanted to answer the question on which porn star was hotter, because that apparently I don't want to leave people hanging, because this
Nosferatu, what are you doing?
Nosferatu is enjoying derailing this stream, and I am certainly going to oblige anyone who puts that much
He's awesome.
thought,
He's awesome, man.
that much thought into the question. I will actually pose a third option, and that will be Corey Chase. So there we go. Just going to leave that on the table. And with that, I'm going to take my leave of you, gentlemen. If you want to talk about more of the season, please watch Stranger Things season 4. You will not be disappointed. Great. Thank you for the invite. And Steve, it's great to see you.
As always.
You guys keep tweeting and texting me, and I'll keep bothering you as I watch the show. So.
Yeah, let me know what you think. I'm very curious. I want to.
Awesome.
There's a lot of good coming.
Thank you for coming on, Salty. Nerdpro's asking, is there going to be another Rings of Power video coming up?
Funny part of the reason I'm not on camera is a Troubled Green has been texting me about some stuff that's coming out. So we're going to talk about it, and I don't know, but yeah, let's just say the shilling and the manufacturing of the narrative is not stopping anytime soon. So
I saw that was going on in the background, but yeah, thank you so much for coming in, Salty. I really appreciate it. It's great streaming with you. It's great talking with your brother. You take care.
Take it easy. Bye.
Steve, how you doing? Are you okay? I wasn't going to go on for so long. Just want to talk a little bit more, if that's okay.
No, I'm good. Yeah, of course. I'm here. I got some time, man. I'm gonna have to find something else to watch after this. So
I know, right? Yeah. You know what you said before. You said earlier, and this isn't even a joke. I was thinking the same thing. I'm probably going to start watching this season again when I finished episode 7. I'm going to go back to episode 1 and watch it through again. It's that good. I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah, no, I think it will be worth it. Honestly, I mean, Nerdporial is. I got to say, props to him. I don't know that I could have done this the way he's done it. Gone back to season 2 and gone through it. I did that weeks ago, but I couldn't. when it dropped, I would have had to go. Okay, I got to see it. Curiosity gets too much better of me, right?
I wish I had time. Like I might have done it, but probably not. I just didn't have time. You know, I've rewatched season 1 before. It's a while ago. Shout out to Steve as well from Nosferatu. He's sending you some love, Steve, from the chat.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. Steve's awesome. He is awesome. He's done very well. He's like kept his tongue. He's not given any major spoilers. We haven't done, have we, Steve? We've been careful.
Well, Salty said I did something. I'm very curious. I don't remember. I don't even know what I said. I thought I'd been behaving. I
think he was talking about the Hopper storyline because you mentioned the
maybe. Okay, I'm just curious.
I don't know. We know that he's gonna kind of escape, don't we? Or is he? I'm just saying. Okay, that's all. That's all it was, as far as I know.
I don't know.
Or is he?
I don't know. You have to stay tuned, man. I'm not gonna. I'm not.
No spoilers. Okay, there's a question here for us both from Nerdporial. Does anything about Dr. Brenner get answered? Now, I'm not even sure who Dr. Brenner is.
Yes,
Steve.
Dr. Brenner is Levin's doctor, the original doctor.
Matthew Modine, the white-haired Matthew Modine. Oh, okay.
So you get, I'm not going to go further than that because it would spoil a lot, but yes, Dr. Brenner, yes.
We see him in the very beginning, don't we? I'm only on I'm just about to start episode 5. In the opening scenes, he's in episode 1, and was he supposed to be playing a bit of a younger version of himself, but he still had the white, long white hair. He looked old, and he is old now.
I think 5. I think you're heading right into some Dr. Brenner stuff.
Oh, great. I look forward to that.
But yes, there's plenty of Dr. Brenner.
Nosferatu says, spoil the whole show, Steve. Let anarchy run wild. No, don't do it.
If it was on my channel, maybe, but I put this big spoiler warning. Go watch, and if you haven't, go away.
It's still pretty early, isn't it? It only came
out. Just came out.
Yeah, so that's why I want to keep it non-spoilers. Don't worry. Yeah. Okay, Nerdporial, like what happens to him after season 1? There we go. Yeah, I say I'm not going to go into spoilers, but he's in the first episode, and then as Steve was saying, I've not seen him since then, but apparently he comes back into it in episode 5. So there we go. Now, Stephen Ranson, how you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in, mate. Hi to the panel, big smile for Gray, and a hello to the chat. Great to see you. And we've got the Untamable live saying, chaos. What are you saying? Let the chaos rule? Is that what you're saying? Okay, Steve, I'm tempted to share a photo. It's not really a spoiler, but I wanted to show a little bit of the CG.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
I think this is the CG, yeah, and they've not gone into it so much. Here we go.
Let's see it.
Let me find it. 1 second. So, guys, if you don't want to see a possible spoiler, it's from episode 4. It's I think it's a great picture. Here we go. Stop watching now, or just close your eyes. Close your eyes. Here we go. This scene of Max and where she's going, where she's heading, I think it's a great scene. I really liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's really spoiler. Well, maybe a little bit, but
not really.
Maybe tiny bit. But I mean, I think there's assumptions to be made. I think it's some of the things they do with the Upside Down in this season is really interesting. I think
it is, isn't it? We're not seeing that much of it, and it's not clear to me yet. This is the end of episode 4. It's not clear if it is the Upside Down or if it's something else. But
well, sorry if I messed that up, but
no worries.
You get that was one of the things talking to Nerdporial and Salty yesterday about was I wanted to see more Upside Down this season, and we do so. I was quite pleased with that. So
I enjoyed that about season 3, by the way. I know it's not popular opinion, Steve, but I quite liked season 3 for its cheesiness, and there was a lot of the Upside Down in season 3, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think season 3 I think is the weakest, but I still.
Oh really? I thought it was 2. Okay, fair enough. That's good that we don't agree. It's good that we don't agree.
But I liked after rewatching it. It was better the second time for me than the first time, I think.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I paid a little bit more attention to some of the clues as to what was going on in Hawkins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think for me 3 is the weakest, but they're all good. I like them all.
Okay. Just laughing at the comment there, weren't you? It's Nerdporial saying it looks like the Eclipse in Berserk. Is he talking about the anime or the manga?
I think so.
Yeah. Nosferatu saying, "Wow, I'm unsubscribing." Okay, mate, see ya. It's been nice. It was nice while it lasted, Nosferatu.
Yeah. Sorry.
I know you're joking. Well, I hope you are anyway. But yeah, I don't think it's a spoiler that, but I like the effects here. It's you can tell it's CG, but yeah,
It
I like
looks
this
great.
scene.
It looks great though, but a lot of the floating effects, even with with people and stuff like that, I think like obviously some of it's CGI, but some of it's definitely practical. But they do a great job of all of it. I mean, the CGI, like I said, pretty convinced of most of the CGI in this. I couldn't pick out a lot of it if you asked me to, except for there's like one part at the end. Or it's episode 7, I would say.
Okay.
And I think most people know what I'm talking about when they see it, but you know.
By the way, on that topic, what did you think of the? They posted a warning at the very beginning, didn't they? The opening scene of episode 1. I don't know if you got that in America.
Episode 1 was so far away ago, or so long ago. Episode 1. What was
the scene where they flash back to Eleven's time when she was being held with all the children, the specials. They were working on the mind powers, and there's a really graphic, gory scene where you kind of see an aftermath of something terrible, don't you? Again, it's not spoilers. It's in the first 5 minutes of episode 1. But they posted a warning. It said some viewers may get upset by seeing children in peril.
I didn't see that.
Okay, I heard it was something to do with the news that happened recently in America. The terrible news. Maybe because of that, I don't know.
I wonder if was it before or
there we go. Viewer discretion is advised. Violence against children occurs.
Was that like before it started or during?
Just before the very first episode.
I must just point it out. Yeah, it's probably there. It would make sense that it's there. I mean, it's disturbing whether stuff happened or not. I mean, it's a bad scene. It's bad stuff went down. But I guess I could see how people would be a little bit more sensitive right now. I mean, it's never fun seeing any of that, and then correlating it with real life event would make it that much harder, I'm sure.
And then going back to, you were talking about the the kind of graphic or the gory death scenes that we see so far. Not the beginning, but what's been happening during the season. Yeah. They're so well done, aren't they? I love that look. It's a very, like you said, it's a very 80s horror theme style to it. You got kind of Exorcist feel to it, and Nightmare on Elm Street. Those two films keep popping up.
Yeah, and it doesn't slow down. There's more of that to come.
Ooh, sounds good. Okay, Napoleon saw it in the Netflix synopsis. I don't know about Netflix in America, but Netflix Japan, which when you start the episode, it comes up at the top and it tells you warning contains blah blah blah, and it said it's kind of did an extra warning for graphic violence against children, but you don't see that. You see it in aftermath of something terrible.
Yeah. Anyway. It might have been there. I know. I sort of just I have the ability of just sort of ignoring that stuff because it's one of those I know what I'm watching, but it doesn't hurt anything to have it there. So.
Speaking of children in peril, we saw that even in the Doctor Strange movie, the recent one, where you saw America Chavez. She was in peril quite a lot at the end. And Napoleon mentions Doctor Sleep. There was another scene in that where you see a child in peril. It's pretty scary and kind of references a few things outside of the movie thing, but I'm not going to go into that anyway.
Yeah, I think I watched Doctor Sleep. It didn't stick with me. That's all I could say. It was yeah.
Okay, thank you. Untamable Live, nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Really appreciate it. You go and enjoy some dinner. As I say, we're not going to go on too much longer. I just wanted to do an hour really, but it's been great. Just been great to talk to Salty and Steve about something I'm excited about, something I can't wait to go back and start watching again after we finish this stream.
Yeah, you're gonna have trouble doing anything else today, probably. I would imagine.
Yeah, man. How about you, Steve? What are you going to watch? You were saying you're kind of looking for things to watch now.
Oh, man.
Are you all watched out? Are you going to have a break or?
I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something with my kids.
That sounds good. Yeah, get some fresh air. Oh wait a minute, it's night, isn't it? It's night time over there.
Because it's one of those. I had convinced myself I was going to pop on Obi-Wan at some point, but I don't. I really don't want to cap the night off with being mad about Star Wars. I could start the morning with some fresh Star Wars rage probably if I wanted to.
I understand. I must admit, I'm tempted. I've been given access to the first 2 episodes, so because I cancelled my Disney Plus a while back, I only had it for a month or so, and
Yeah,
with their recent actions, I was like, no, screw them. So anyway,
I watch my brother's account, so I don't pay.
Okay, nice one. That's good. Here we go. We got Nosferatu again. Steve kicks ass, and I can tell he was formerly in a biker gang, but reformed. Is that true?
No, not even close.
Used to be a biker.
I barely ride a bicycle, man. Good Lord, bicycle gang. I don't drink, smoke, or any of that. God, I guess I'm typecasting. My bad.
You don't drink, you don't smoke. What do you do? Great T-shirt, by the way. Just got to say, Venom. Look at that.
Yeah.
Loving that T-shirt, mate.
Yeah.
Hats off to that.
Yes, sir.
Does Steve still have the bat? Nobody was asking. I don't know what that's about.
Does he have the? I think he's talking about the Harrington in the show, right? But I'm trying to think if the bat makes an appearance. Hold on.
I've not seen it yet. There are some funny scenes where he's got like a stand lamp at one point, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's using that, which is a funny scene.
It's funny. He just grabs whatever he can around him. You know what? The bat has not made an appearance yet, so hopefully, maybe towards the end it will. But no bat yet.
Don't do it, Steve, says Stephen Ransom. Okay, I don't know what. Don't watch Star Wars. Don't watch Kenobi before you go to bed.
Oh, yeah, no, okay, yeah, I'm with you. I'm right.
You'll have nightmares like, oh no!
I think I may take Napoleon's advice. I may watch Orville. I forgot that came out, so I know that I enjoyed the first 2 seasons of the Orville, so maybe I'll pop that on.
Is that out now? The new season? No way.
I'm going off.
I didn't know.
It looks like what Napoleon said. So
there's a lot coming out, isn't there? At the moment, it kind of spoiled for.
It all came on at the same time, right? It's like we get nothing and then everything at the same time. What's the deal?
Everything drops at once. Miss Marvel gets pushed back a week or 2. You know, you got Kenobi. They were supposed to come out at the same time, weren't they? Kenobi and Miss Marvel.
Yeah,
not watching that.
Oh my god,
don't care.
I don't know that it's. I'm as excited for Miss Marvel as I am for She-Hulk.
Oh god, that's right. That's another one. I forgot about that.
I'm not trying to break you, Gray. I
it's just content, isn't it? They're just like shoveling it down your bloody throat. Content.
Well, I find it sort of funny just to match it up with this. It's like apparently you got people talking smack about this show and whatever, which whatever. But then you got people on the flip side saying, "Well, give She-Hulk a chance." It's like,
yeah,
have you watched any of the? Why would I give that a chance? So it's one of those, I don't know. We're living in a weird world when it comes to some of these things.
New Orville comes out next Thursday, says Nemporial.
Okay. Well, I'll watch it for sure.
I'll be streaming my reactions. I'm jealous, mate. I don't have access to it. Even Japanese Hulu, if I get it on its own, it's still owned by Disney, isn't it? And they don't have the Orville. I've got to subscribe to Disney Plus to get the Orville. It's like, I don't know what to do. Anyway, I'm not going to do it.
That's crazy.
I know, man. It's weird. Japan sucks sometimes for streaming services. We don't get HBO Max. We don't get Warner's, anything like that. You know, there's nothing like that. We don't get a decent Netflix, really. We don't get a good Hulu. Anyway, okay. Shall we wrap up, Steve? Before we finish, please let people know where they can find you anywhere.
Oh, well, Prophet of the Dragon YouTube channel. Eventually I will make a video. I haven't had time in a long time. I'm set up to live stream eventually again when I get some time. But a lot of my free time, I had a free day today. Guess what I spent doing that, right? I've been spending some of my free time talking to you guys. So, which has been a pleasure. It's fun. I love it. It's great talking. Thankfully, there's been good stuff to talk about. So that's a plus for all of us, right? So
exactly.
Eventually I'll start making videos again here. I feel like I'm at the point where I just need to make one to sort of break the seal and be like, okay, we're on the board again. I can start making videos again. It's been so long.
Why not do a non-spoiler Stranger Things, just a short one, a very short, positive reaction to Stranger Things 4?
Yeah, it might be a good idea because I do. You know what? I really did enjoy the season quite a bit. Like really good, really good.
That's good to hear. Me too, and it's great to find you and Salty who were on the same kind of thing here, on the same thought. So good to have something positive to talk about, isn't it? It's great.
Absolutely.
I feel so good, and I can't wait to get back to it, which I'm going to do shortly.
Yeah,
so thank you.
I want to know what you. I want to know what you got to say. You have to send me a DM just when some of the bigger things pop off. I'm curious to hear your reaction.
I tell you, like I didn't mention this when Salty was on because he was just starting episode 4. The switch in episode 4, like halfway through, when what happens with the children, the kids, the main characters, they're being kind of protected. They're kind of half under house arrest, aren't they?
Yeah,
Steve, and what happens with that? Oh my God, I didn't see that coming. I was like, shit! It was so exciting.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. There's actually quite a bit of that. You're getting comfortable with how things are. You're like, okay, this is, and then right on its head, something happens. You're like, boom, going at it again. So, it's a mile a minute. Like they give you some downs, but then they bring it right back up. So it's
good to hear. And I'm looking forward to even if it is going to be a cliffhanger, I'm looking forward to seeing how it ends, the first part. So yeah. So thanks again, mate. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. Just want to say goodbye to Stephen in the chat. He's off as well. Good to see you, Stephen. Nosferatu, as always, mate. My crazy American brother. I really appreciate you. Even if you do look like Klaus Kinski, just saying. And Stephen's shouting out Spy X Family or Spy Times Family. Yeah, it's very good. I've only watched the first 2 episodes of that, but it's good. I'm seeing Top Gun tomorrow, Nerdporial. I actually abandoned my plans last night, Japan time. It was out in Japan Friday night. I was going to go and see it. I was all looking forward to it. And I was like, Stranger Things 4. What should I do? I just watched the first one and that was it, Steve. That was it. I was like, I was in. I was invested.
Yeah, it's one of the. I gotta find some time to go see it. I haven't read anything about it on purpose. I do want to see Top Gun. So
I've just heard it's great by people I respect and people whose opinion I like. So
dang, something else.
Yeah, something positive. Happening? Top Gun, Stranger Things, Cobra Kai coming soon. Wow, Orville, new Orville coming out. I won't mention Strange New Worlds. Nerdporial, that's for you. Strange New Worlds, is it any good? No, I'm joking. I don't watch it. I don't watch Star Trek anymore. Star Trek is dead to me. It's dead. Okay, mate. Thanks again, Steve. You take care. I'll just drop the closer. Here we go. Thanks for watching, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in a future video, I hope. This is Gray and Prophet of the Dragon Steve. Wakizashi's Tea House signing off. Wakizashi's Tea House. Please subscribe.